All right. So one more time. We have found with the biosensor technology, everything is either or, as in they can do it whatever way they want to. And we've also found all this manipulation. Yeah, because they're logging in and out of you. This is the biggest problem that we have, because you're going to go drink something, physically exercise, whatever it is. They're going to fire a signal possibly off just the smart meter on your house and screw up everything in your metabolism you just did. Welcome to molecular communication. But that's why it is not just nano. They've got all these different things, bacteria, gut microbiome, running around inside of our body. We're not even allowed to talk about it, let alone know about it. And Dr. Gru is one of the only physicians out there that has a product line and other physicians, and he's very honest, okay? So I am deeply appreciative that this is out there, because I said this about him already, and people go, oh, it's all bad. Everything's bad. Ah! No, it's different for every person. Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel.
Example of how something gets labeled as bad. Because people are out there going, oh, methylene blue is bad. EDTA is bad. Well, are you talking about the calcium disodium EDTA? Are you talking about the magnesium EDTA, the magnesium disodium EDTA? Are you talking about the sodium EDTA? Are you talking about the sodium disodium EDTA? Like, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yep.
Like, you can't just come out and take a blanket statement and say, all methylene blue is bad. Show me the purity level of the methylene blue you're using. Where are you getting it from? Are you getting it from China? How are you processing it? What are you putting it in as a carrier? We use the biophotonic gold with methylene blue. You can't say methylene, you can't say biophotonic methylene blue is bad. Show me it's bad. Yeah, I agree with you. That methylene blue is bad. But when you add gold to it as a stabilizer, there's studies that show if you take methylene blue and biophotonic gold and then you get in front of a red light, like the sauna space or, any type of red light therapy, that's what you use with gold too, by the way. Gold activates with light. So when you take gold, you go out in the sunlight. I think Eric talked about that. If you take gold, you go in front of red light therapy or, any type of light therapy to activate it. Methylene blue is a photodynamic product. It helps activate things. So, I mean, I can't say I have a lot of research and experience behind methylene blue. I tend to recommend more things that are 100% natural.
Let me rewind that for my community, because I am not advocating for anything, just so we're clear. I am bringing you information that I feel is important to your personal health decision making. Dr. Gru is very, very honest, which is a rarity for the Yetis. And I don't call Dr. Gru a Yeti because, like I said, he's been honest. He also works with Dr. Chrysler, another honest person. These people are trying to track down actual, provable, repeatable methodology to cleanse the crap out of you as best you can. When you get to that point, you need some help. Like I said, there are phases of the way that the nano takes over the body. These transhumanists are 15 years augmenting themselves. They are logging in and out of everybody else, and they do not want your opinion. They don't care what happens to you. So you're going to have to take care of you. And in order to do that, you can't compare yourself to everybody else. Your DNA, your epigenetics, the bioelectromagnetics is all different for each individual. And as you will hear the man say, I prefer natural. But there are things that they do, and gold reacts with light, etc. What type of methylene blue are you talking about? What are you using it with? How are you checking before and after and during, etc., etc.? That is a conversation with a healthcare provider that is a real doctor, not these frauds that want to sell you a potion in a bottle and go, yeah, you're fine. Just drink this. It'll be great. That is a lie. They know this, especially Dr. Chrysler.
I can't say I have a lot of research and experience behind methylene blue. I tend to recommend more things that are 100% natural. that are all organic. But like I told everybody, we are not natural anymore. We are in the next generation of transhumanism.
Yep, phase 2.
What they want to create as a synthetic world. We are partly synthetic right now.
Yep.
And in order to address that, we might have to use synthetic compounds until we can find completely natural solutions. Sometimes you have to attack synthetic with synthetic.
Yeah. Okay. Now, why are we in this position? What's that? Ah! It's evil! Ah! I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a doctor. I'm a nurse. How dare you accuse me? Ah! Well, aren't you supposed to be an expert on the human body? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, I understand. Money's real good, isn't it? The whole time, isn't it? Yeah! Money is friggin' phenomenal! Keep your mouth shut. Okay, so when Dr. Grew says we're no longer biological, that's right. You can thank your Yetis, you can thank your Silent Hill nurses for standing around for the last 5 years. Going, we're going to dance on the TikTok. This is great. And why did they do that? Because they know damn well this is not about a bioweapon. Nope. This is about transhumanism, human 2.0, period, as Greg Gutfeld would say. So here we are, 2021, I think. I'll double check. With the UK and Germany. Yep. Human augmentation. You betcha, baby. We're the governments of the world. And we're going to change you into something a little less organic. A little more synthetic. Because we cannot wait for the ethics of human augmentation to be decided for us. We're the governments. The need to use human augmentation may ultimately be dictated by national interest. Countries may need to develop and use human augmentation or risk surrendering influence, prosperity, and security to nations who will. And every time this comes up, I bring people back over here and I'm like, yo, hey, the real Pentagon having their conversations about augmentation, human augmentation. We will still be worrying in 30 years' time, but the Chinese will just have done it. Human augmentation. But I didn't want that. They don't care. It's a biosphere. It's called epigenetics. So they did not give you a new technology. They took your human biology and they can overwrite your brain tissue while you're sleeping or advertise to you in your dreams. That's how far down the line they are. But we don't even get to know that. That's the Air Force Research Laboratory you're staring at. Well, what happened? Well, did you tell anybody the truth about this? No. It's good money, isn't it? Yes. Not only good money, but you're going to live forever, aren't you? It's called life extension technology at the cost of everything around you. Eventually, you're going to need more cells that are biological, organic. So you take those cells from other bodies. That's how this is set up with the biocyber interface, by the way. If you need cells or any component of the cell, you just walk past another human body, steal it from them. That's why the crypto mining, taking the heartbeat of someone else, no big deal. The whole system is built that way. It's a master-slave SCADA system. When they were screaming decentralized, I couldn't figure it out for a while. I'm like, why are you guys lying about that? It's just a network topology. Because if people knew how available they are to all these transhumanists that are already augmented for almost 14 years at the Marriott, they would freak them. You would be freaked out. But instead, you're walking around deaf, dumb, blind, and stupid, including to drone warfare. So my question is, right there, how did we get here? The doctors and the nurses lied and helped all these transhumanists put this shit inside of us, telling us, well, we're too dumb. We have no idea. What are you talking about? In fact, back in 2004, here they are talking about it. Medical device designers are slowly putting science fiction writers out of work. Today, thanks to advanced ultra-power low frequency, Your implanted pacemaker might be making a wireless phone call to the doctor's office to report your latest health data. One more time, 2004, okay? And why? Because the range of medical devices in 2004 and systems being implanted into the human body in 2004 is increasing rapidly, evolving from the first implanted pacemaker in the late 50s. And then the other one that we're always going to, Dick Cheney's pacemaker, turning the body itself into a wire. Dick Cheney says, turn off the wireless signals to my pacemaker in 2007. This has been going on for a very long time. And because the medical community has lied and lied and lied and lied and lied and lied and lied, and they won't stop. They just won't stop. We have Dr. Grew, we have Dr. Chrysler, and I've heard recently from Rumble Dad, he's very tough to impress, that Dr. Anna has been doing a really good job explaining things. He's hopeful she'll explain more about the visible light communication. So here we are in 2012 with biomedical engineers, IEEE again. There's your medical body area networks. And the first thing they're going to talk about to the medical community is those pesky wires. There's our FCC chairman to save money of $12,000 per patient by decreasing hospital-acquired infections. Well, that sounds good, right? Here's some benefits of the medical body area network in 2012. The medical body area network can potentially alert doctors to problems before the patient's condition becomes critical, thus avoiding the need for acute intervention. The lack of wires makes it easier for hospital staff to move the patient and gives the patient more freedom to walk around. And hospital personnel or home caregivers can quickly add or remove those sensors as medical conditions warrant. Let's take another look at why. Back in 2012, all the physicians and all the Silent Hill nurses were so excited to have that medical body area network. It's going to save them money. I'm getting sued. Excuse me? Yep. So here we are, medical design briefs, just a magazine they would throw in their office. People coming in trying to sell them stuff. You know, they want them to buy equipment or whatever. What's it say up at the top? Silent Hill nurses who keep harassing people on our channel. What does it say up at the top? Sensors and data acquisitions. Yeah, that's what it says. So let's read the paragraph together, the very first paragraph, and see if we can figure out why doctors would want to use a medical body area network to protect themselves in data acquisition and communication and connectivity. In hospitals and healthcare institutions, the sheer amount of patient metrics to track for the staff of doctors and nurses can be a point of contention. Lawsuits based on the grounds of negligence are a risk that all health practitioners take. Furthermore, there is an estimated 200,000 patients that die in the U.S. annually from medical errors. Introducing wireless patient monitoring in these environments can potentially mitigate the risks that are innately involved in an environment geared at treatment and maintenance of sick people. There is always the potential for cyber attacks, but the rewards may outweigh the risks. Wired technologies limit patient mobility, increase the difficulty in transporting patients, and often introduce significant delays and hassle for the caregiver in arranging the cables. With the patient monitoring market share expected to hit $27 billion by 2020. Excuse me? Market share. Malpractice lawsuits. Wires, making it difficult to transport the patient. According to Berg Insight, more than 3 million people worldwide were being monitored remotely by professional caregivers in 2013. This is most likely from, what was that we were talking about earlier? What was that thing in the wireless with your body being the transmission medium that I brought up earlier? Oh, that 1999 medical implant communication system and wireless medical telemetry service. Yeah, Yeah, on my side of things in computer networking, it's very obvious. It's right there. It's in the packets. It has to be so that we can make sure that the data is accurate for your health. But the doctors and nurses, well, they can tap dance around and tell you any alien story, pretend they're too stupid to know about their own malpractice lawsuits, remote patient monitoring, or the FDA and FCC allocation that they're required to know by law. Now, I am not a doctor or a nurse, so it should not be coming from me. This information right here is medical design briefs, not network engineering design briefs. 3 years, still can't get a single one of them to stop tap dancing with the vaccine peddlers and explain to people, oh, we've upgraded. We know what we're doing. We have a biocyber interface. We have a medical body area network, 2014. Everything that you see in these boxes, this is the machine learning for that W-band. They can do all of this right through your body, right through your skin. Not a problem. So where's the medical community, huh? Oh, they did it with the COVID. No, they didn't. No, they did not. That's 2018. Let me show you something else so you, I hope, understand how complicit your precious little doctors and nurses are in all of this. They knew it was coming. They've been wanting this. They've been waiting on this. They are very excited to be able to sit at home in their recliner and practice palliative care. Just hit a button. Patients in a coma state or half asleep, right? Welcome to intra-body networking. Yeah, since 1995. Yes. And now it's the medical body area network. Now, it's 2025 right now, people. I'm showing you things that they had already done in 2014, okay? So here's all the nodes and the transmission and the reception. There's all your different hubs, maybe an implant, maybe not. Magnetic coupling. Oh my God, my precious babies are so stupid. No, they're making a lot of money keeping their mouths shut. See, you don't get a long overdue telehealth revolution if they don't know that they've been remotely monitoring you ahead of time. COVID is the excuse. You're going to be sitting in your house. They're already augmenting themselves. Welcome to 2011 at the Electronic Visualization Laboratory at the University of Illinois, Chicago. Here's an augmented human talking to those air molecules, talking to the cloud. They're using their anatomy called the human biofield to do it. You're not even allowed to know that anatomy exists. Well, they're busy this whole time. Going to conferences, talking about it. They're just living it up. They got the air molecules on tap. They can control that drone with their mind. They're going to be able to open doors with their mind, start the coffee pot. Life is great. They're a superhero, a god among men. They'll never be sick. They'll never get tired. They'll never be broke. And they got everybody covering their ass. Nobody believes it's here, it's possible, on, and yet. Oh, look at that. President Clinton launches the NNI in 2000, 2003, 2005. DNA-based computation and algorithmic self-assembly, in which computations are embedded in the process of nanocrystal growth. Oh, it's a Clathrin dot. Oh, it's Charles Lieber. Oh. There's a lot of jobs here, and there's a lot of people here, and there's a lot of different technologies here that are all using the same human augmentation system. How? Because the need to use human augmentation may ultimately be dictated by national interest. It could be argued that treatments involving a novel vaccine, like a biocyber interface rather, well, that would be a novel vaccination because it's not a vaccine if it requires a metamaterial called graphene. But it would be a novel vaccine if it was a biocyber interface, wouldn't it? Yeah. Welcome to the countries of the UK and Germany in 2021 making decisions for your body because you're part of their GDP. Listen carefully, please. The need to use human augmentation may ultimately be decided by national interest. Countries may need to develop and use human augmentation or risk surrendering national influence, national prosperity, and national security to countries who will develop and use human augmentation. National regulations dictating the pace and scope of scientific research reflect societal views, particularly in democracies that are more sensitive to public opinion. The future of human augmentation should not, N-O-T, be decided by ethicists or public opinion. So when you write letters to the stakeholders who run the company, and the people working for the company are having their paychecks sent to them by the stakeholder. And there you are, killing trees, writing them letters at the IEEE or anywhere else. Oh, please don't do this. You don't pay their paychecks. They don't want your opinion, public or ethicists, because they're busy getting the work done. The future of human augmentation will not, should not be decided by the human bodies they're using. No, governments will need to develop a clear policy position that maximizes the use of human augmentation in support of national prosperity, national safety, and national security. But you didn't read the part undermining our values. You mean the values of the stakeholders that did all this? You mean the values of the people that are already augmenting themselves at those conferences? I don't think they give two shits what you think about what they're doing under your skin to your own body. I wasn't sure about that 3 years ago, but now I'm pretty sure. So in closing here, I appreciate Dr. Grew. I'm really glad he put that video out. Thank you, Dr. Grew. Because the paper I just read to you is right here. These are your same Agenda 2030 goals that you're used to seeing with the crying little girl. But they couldn't tell you to get the Encyclopedia Britannica and look up geoengineering. They definitely didn't tell you about up here, human augmentation. But that's the market share you're looking at. Global human augmentation market by region. And they're in phase 2. Doesn't everybody want enhanced intelligence, enhanced sensing, disease-free bodies, sports optimization, enhanced strength, ubiquitous monitoring, extreme aging, and increased attractiveness? Section 3, good health and well-being. Seg 12. So let's see. Because now you're going to tell me some fairy tale about, nobody would use life extension technology. It's called regenerative medicine with Harvard. Have fun searching that with Dr. Michael Levin. You'll just have a bucket nearby. Those poor frogs. Anyways, so global human augmentation market share. Now this should not be here. If they're going to turn it off, why is it going up? It says 253 billion, projected to reach 545 billion by 2028. How is that possible? Look at who you're looking at here. Fortune Business Insights, markets. Let's go to the images. Graph after company after company. Human augmentation. Latest global, persistence market research, Globe Newswire. Latest global market insights, Data Bridge market research, Yahoo Finance. Yahoo! Emerging research, KBV research. There's that one again. Mordor intelligence. Zion market research. It's just names. Grandview Research, PNS Intelligence, Emerging Research. Okay? So when you lie about business and market share, and you keep telling people that aliens are invading, or Jesus will be here in about, 20 minutes or so, then you scream at people that, they're evil for having biological electricity, or cells. And nobody bothered to stop and be like, I think we'd better rethink how we're communicating with one another, because it looks to me like they're very busy. Yeah. So let's look at the Medium article here. Global Human Augmentation Market Trends, Growth Drivers, and Future Outlook, February 2025. Global Human Augmentation Market, Diverse Sector Demand. What's the first thing you see? Healthcare. Wearable, smartwatch, fitness trackers, AR and VR. What about research and development investments? Your government and your private companies. So, your doctors and nurses did this to you with the help of a ton of people known as transhumanists. And nobody said no. Money is way too good. Get that AI under the skin. Get that AI inside of everything we do. The AI is smarter than you. We're good to go. What happens to the human bodies we're testing on? Oh, yeah, it's only for the paraplegics. You've already had this for 30 years, and I see a lot of people with diabetes and problems still. So you're full of shit. What are you doing here? Super soldiers? For real? The real kind. Augmented humans. There you are. Ta-da! So we either start talking about what is legitimately here with the blockchain, with its cyber-physical systems, and says human. Yeah. And we've already got people walking around out there, because again, 14 years, they're fully augmented, folks. They've got organoids and organelles. They've got system and brain on a chip, human body on a chip. They've got all sorts of stuff going on. That's why I'm coming the direction of education. See, organ and human body on a chip, and all these other technologies that they be using. Because I'm tired of people fighting, and I'm tired of people lying. I just want to get on with it so that we can find some real triage. Dr. Grew and Dr. Chrysler are the only two people that I've really felt confident telling my community about after all the bullshitting that went on last year. Just to protect their fraudulent businesses. They're still doing it. In fact, they're doing it worse than they did it before. And I just don't care. I don't want to talk about those people. I don't want to hear about those people. They're fraudulent. That's all there is to it. I don't care. I don't want to hear about it. They're going to lie to you so that you buy their fraudulent products. That's all there is to it. Dr. Grew and Dr. Artis, the Aegis Group, I have purchased some of their different types of vitamins. I'll say it that way because, again, I don't give medical advice. But I do have a red light from the Sauna Space. It's amazing. I use it all the time. I love it. So does my cat. And then there's Dr. Jack Krause, the neurosurgeon, who brought everybody the blue blockers and get out in the sunshine. Yes, but we've got problems. It's called load balancing body area networks. And because this is the hidden component that's all for your health, with all the biomedical engineers who have jobs to log in and out of your body, and it could be just basic police surveillance with your fusion centers, the U.S. Marshals, all the different people that you think are gang stalking. Nah, they work for the intelligence community. One way or another, logging in and out of bodies. So what I am begging you out there to do is start telling the truth to people about your body is tethered to the cloud. They didn't give you a new technology. They literally stole your anatomy. So if you're feeling it, that's normal because you're feeling them pulling the biosignals in and out of your body. Not everybody is dead and dumb on the inside. Not everybody, 8 years ago, is sitting here going, I can't even feel my own skin. That might be your situation. Okay, I understand. But that is not everybody. Some of us have been avoiding this stuff and hanging on with everything we've got to keep this shit out of our body. Personal choice. We don't have much, but we take what we got and we make it count. It's that last inch. You can't have it. It's mine. I don't want to be synthetic. I don't want a machine under my skin. I don't want to share my skin with another human with interoperability or another machine. And I don't want anybody logging into me remotely. And I'm going to do everything I can to protect myself and my children for as long as possible. And I will find ways to fight this. I understand that other people want to do it, but no one was given a choice. And everyone has been lied to, in my opinion, in a very severe way. because you're talking about the ability to electrocute people under the skin with all these databases. And it's more than just electrocution, folks. And we're not even at this point, if there was going to be any modicum of human sovereignty, soul sovereignty, if you even believe in a soul, and just basic body autonomy, we would have a choice. We would be told that they're using our biofield, they're logging in and out, it's all for our health. No, we have been lied to and told, shut up, we're the experts. Since 2012, we know exactly what we're doing, but you, plebe, are not allowed to talk about it. Okay, well here, let's listen again.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here with us today. My name is Barry Wolfman. I am the Chief Executive Officer for George Washington University Hospital, and I'm honored and glad to be able to welcome you to this event. We're here today to discuss medical body area networks, or M-bands, which I like a lot better than medical body area networks, than the wireless technology. A medical body area network is defined as a small-scale network that provides short-range wireless connections among devices in proximity to a patient. Wireless monitoring is increasingly used for a wide variety of applications, such as physiological health monitoring, primarily vital signs, heart rate, respiration, body temperatures, and the potential and the future of this technology is very, very promising. With any new technology, there are often complicating issues. Just think of the multiple manufacturers with different products using different wireless bandwidths, all in proximity of one or more patients. To ensure any wireless medical device works efficiently and effectively, manufacturers need to ensure they won't be interrupted by other devices using the same airspace. The FCC plays a pivotal role and has been discussing wireless medical bandwidths for some time with medical technology companies such as GE and Philips, who are with us today. The George Washington University Hospital has had a rich and long history and tradition of embracing advanced medical technology. At GWU Hospital, our physicians have been testing and researching the use of wireless technology to improve patient compliance in clinical research, in clinical trials with patients who have diabetes, patients using cell phones to examine patient injuries before they arrive in the ER for care, and transmitting EKGs to the emergency department while patients are en route. Anytime technology can improve medical treatment and patient outcomes, advance the quality of patient care, or improve efficiency, we are proud and glad to embrace it. M-bands represent the future of wireless technology in healthcare, and we are again proud to be a part of that today.
Well, given that he's very proud from George Washington University Hospital with GE and Philips, can you explain to me then why it's taking so long for those of you who are physicians to get your ass out there and update people? Oh, are you hiding something? What are you hiding? What's the big deal? Things to think about. Mark 5:36, amen.